Hello my dear students, welcome to our channel Rajesh Biology and I am Rajesh from Zoology. Today our topic is vagina and vulva, external genitalia. In last class we completed about the uterus, right? So uterus has three parts, that is fundus, corpus, cervix. Cervix opens into the vagina or through the cervix. Cervix is a narrow canal like this. Cervix is a narrow canal like this. Through this cervix, it is the cervix for example. Through this cervix, uterus opens into vagina. Vagina is the next part of the reproductive system, next part of the uterus. Uterus opens into vagina through the cervix. Cervix is the narrow canal. Along with the cervix, vagina, cervix, together called birth canal. It is called what? Birth canal. This is what we completed in the last class. Uterus opens into the vagina through the cervix, a narrow canal cervix, and the cervix along with the vagina is called birth canal. This is what we completed in the previous class. Now come to the vagina, its structure and everything we'll discuss now. So vagina is the large, median and fibromuscular tube. So it is a large when compared with the cervix. It is a large and long also, nearly 10 centimeters long it is. Okay, it is nearly 10 centimeters long and large. Median, it is not so big and it is not so narrow, it is median. Fibromuscular, it has the fibrous tissue and muscle tissue both. Fibromuscular tube, it is a fibromuscular tube. And internally it is lined by non-keratinized. Which type of epithelium? Non-keratinized. Stratified. Squamous epithelium. It is internally lined by non-keratinized, stratified, squamous epithelium. You already know what is squamous epithelium means. Okay, which are tile-like cells. Our skin is also prepared by the stratified squamous epithelium. Stratified means so many layers. So here also so many layers of squamous epithelium is present. What about the non-keratinized? Keratin is absent. According to this, keratin is not there. What is the main function of the keratin? Keratin is present in our skin, outer skin, and it protects our body. And the keratin make the skin dry. That is the main working mechanism of the keratin. Keratin is a strong protein. It makes the skin dry, keratin. That's why here keratin is absent. It is non-keratinized. If the keratin is present, this epithelium is failed to secrete the mucus. If the keratin is absent, it is failed to secrete the mucus. That's why our buccal cavity inside, okay, our oral cavity and vagina, all these are prepared by non-keratinized stratified squamous epitheliums. That's why the vagina is going to secrete the mucus. It is always wet in condition. Our oral cavity is also wet because it is a non-keratinized. Same type of non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium is present in the vagina. Not only that, the vagina is also highly vascular. It is also highly vascular. It is highly vascular, non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It is a large, median, fibromuscular tube-like structure. This is about the vagina. Cervix and vagina together called birth canal. And vagina opens out in the vestibule with vaginal orifice. Vaginal orifice. Orifice means hole. Okay, aperture. Orifice means aperture. It opens out with the help of vaginal orifice. We will discuss about the vestibule and everything now. Okay, so keep this in your mind. Vaginal orifice opens in vestibule. So now I'll explain what is vestibule and external genitalia, everything. Okay, can I erase this now? Right. Next, external genitalia. External genitalia consists vulva. Vulva is also called what? Pudendum. External genitalia is nothing but vulva or pudendum. Vulva means wrap around. Vulva means what? Wrap around. For example, if we take some objects like chalk pieces, I take 5 chalk pieces and I keep one paper around these chalk pieces. Then what we say? That red color paper. The red color paper wrap around the chalk pieces. Wrap means around. Okay, it wrap around. Here vulva means wrap around. It is present around the external orifice, vaginal orifice and urethral orifice. So the space between the vulva contains, first I will discuss about the labeling first. Okay, so it has labia minora, labia majora. Remember these words. Okay, try to say these words for twice. Then you can understand the concept when I explained that. Okay, labia minora, labia majora, and vestibule, urethral orifice, vaginal orifice, okay, and hymen layer. So these are the things we are going to discuss now in external genitalia. Hymen layer, clitoris, Mons Pubis. Habituate these words. Then I will show each and every part in the diagram. Okay, so now I'll explain what is vestibule first. Vestibule means a space between two labia minora. So I will draw the external orifices. External orifice, vaginal orifice, is covered by a pair of fleshy folds. So for example, it is the vaginal orifice. What we complete here, that opening, vaginal orifice is here. This is the vaginal orifice. Example. Above the vaginal orifice, there is a urethral orifice. I already told you, this female reproductive system, the uterus, is present between the urinary bladder and the rectum. Between these two, this uterus is present, and uterus opens into the vagina. Vagina opens out through the vaginal orifice. It is the vaginal orifice. So above the vaginal orifice, this is what? Urethral orifice. Okay. These two are covered by two pairs of fleshy folds. Two pairs of fleshy folds. So here I will draw one pair first. This is the first pair of fleshy fold. This is called labia minora. What it is called? It is labia. So I'll write here labia minora. Labia minora. Now, the space between the two labia minora, this space where the urethral orifice, where the vaginal orifice is present, this space is called vestibule. Space between labia minora into which the urethra opens, where the vagina opens. This space is called vestibule. That's why there is a line in vagina. In vagina, there is another line. Vagina opens out in vestibule with a vaginal orifice. Vagina opens out in the vestibule. Vestibule means the space between the two labia minora. So these urethral orifice and vaginal orifice are covered by a pair of fleshy folds. That fleshy folds are called labia minora and labia majora. So the blue color lines, what I draw now, these are the labia majora. And the green color lines, what I already drawn, that is the labia minora. Majora means big, minora means small. So labia minora is inner and outer labia majora. So labia minora, inner labia minora and outer labia majora. Between the two labia minora, vestibule, that is the space into which urethral orifice is opens, upper urethral orifice and lower vaginal orifice. Okay, clear about this? Now, this vaginal orifice, this is what? Vaginal orifice. This vaginal orifice is partially covered by, a mucous membrane, red color membrane, what I am drawing here. This is the mucous membrane. A mucous membrane, this mucous membrane is called what? Hymen. That is the mucous membrane which is partially covers the vagina, that is a hymen layer. Vaginal orifice is partially covered by hymen layer. Now what is clitoris? At the upper junction of the labia minora, green color, upper junction of the labia minora, there is a erectile structure. Like this. This erectile structure is called clitoris. So if you already hear our previous class, if you already listen our previous class about the penis, external genitalia, we use the word erectile. Here it is the erectile organ. So it is homologous to male penis. It is the homologous to the male penis. Why? Homologous organs means what? Structurally, their origin and structure both are same, but function is maybe different or may not be different. So here also, it is a erectile organ just like the male penis, and both penis and clitoris both are supported by corpora cavernosa. Very important. Corpora cavernosa. It is the internal structure of male penis, where the specialized tissue present in which there is some cavities. When it want to erect, at that time the cavity is filled with the blood to send the semen into the female reproductive tract. That is what we discussed in the male reproductive system. Same type of corpora cavernosa is present in the clitoris also, and it is also becomes erect. Okay, so this is the clitoris. Clitoris is present at the upper junction of the labia minora. That means above the urethral orifice. Above the urethral orifice, at the upper junction of the labia minora, there is a erectile structure, that is clitoris. Next, Mons Pubis. Mons Pubis means what? Okay, I'll draw here. Try to know the names labeling. What it is? A small aperture above or the big aperture. Okay, I'll reveal. This is the vaginal orifice. So it is urethral orifice. And both are present in the vestibule. Vestibule means what? The space between the two labia minora. If it is labia minora, what it is? It is labia majora. If it is the labia majora, okay, this is the vaginal orifice. Vaginal orifice is partially covered by what? Yes, mucus layer, hymen, and at the upper junction of the labia minora, there is a clitoris. Very good. Now, all this is okay. Up to now, we already discussed. Above the vulva, this together, all together called pudendum, are all together called vulva. And above this pudendum, above this labia majora, there is a cushion of fat tissue. Here there is a fat tissue. It is the fat tissue, okay? I will draw fat tissue with the white color chalk piece. It is the fat tissue. And it is present at the pubic symphysis, right? It is present at the pelvic region. Both the pelvic girdles fuse with the help of pubic symphysis. So the hair which is present here is present. This is called pubic hair. This is called what? Pubic hair. Clear? So this pubic hair and this cushion of fat tissue above the labia majora together called Mons Pubis. Together called what? Mons Pubis. This is the external genitalia of the female reproductive system. So just try to recall once. Vagina, it is a large, median, fibromuscular, tube-like structure, and it opens out in the vestibule. It opens out in the vestibule with the vaginal orifice. And it is internally lined by non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. That is the vagina. And come to the vulva, pudendum. It contains, from the here we will discuss, vaginal orifice is opens in the vestibule, the space between two labia minora. And vaginal orifice is covered by two pairs of fleshy folds. These are the two pairs of fleshy folds of the tissue. Fleshy folds of the tissue. That is inner labia minora and outer labia majora. And at the upper junction of the labia minora, there is a erectile structure clitoris, which is homologous to the male penis. It is also supported by corpora cavernosa. And above the urethral orifice, that is clitoris. And above this labia majora, there is a cushion of fat tissue along with the pubic hair, that is called Mons Pubis. Okay, this is external genitalia. And finally, I want to tell you one thing about hymen layer. Our society misunderstands about the hymen layer as if it is torn out. The woman or the girl is participated in intercourse before, like that they blame that girl. But this hymen layer is very weak in so many women, and it may be torn out because of the horse riding or because of using the insertion of vaginal tampons or any jolt, okay, or bike cycling, anything. Because of the any reason, the hymen layer may rupture, not only because of the intercourse, or it will rupture at the time of the first intercourse. So there is a misguidance in our society. I just want to give a note about the hymen here. Okay, so this is about external genitalia and vagina. In the next class, we will discuss about axillary glands. Thank you.